What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? So we are back. We are back. Okay, listen, like I'm really excited right about now. I am so excited because tomorrow I will be out of here. I will be kicking it with my people, with my family, and it's so needed because I miss them so much. But you know, that's that. So I'm looking forward to that. Be gone for a few days. I don't care. Just letting it flow. But anyway, let me tell you what I did, girl. I came up into this house. Um, I came up in here and as soon as I opened up the door, first of all, when I come into the building or whatever, get on my floor, it's the whole building smell like lemon. Whatever it is that they're cleaning the building with or whatever, it just smells lemony fresh. Okay, so you know they do maintenance every week or whatever, so that's fine. All right, girl, I opened up my door. I opened up my door and the smell of bleach just hit me. I said, "Oh my God, what is going on?" Girl, why I forgot I put bleach up in the tub with water so that the tub can, because I deep clean each week and I deep clean with bleach, you know what I'm saying? I said, "Oh, girl, dang, you forget." So if I'm coughing, if I gotta drink something, baby, that's because I'm trying to breathe because it just smells of bleach, okay? And I didn't close the door, but it is what it is. At least my stuff gonna be clean. I hate to leave a house dirty and come back to it messed up and dirty, okay? No, because I don't want to have to deal with all that when I get back after kicking it. No, but anyway, let's get into this video. This is what it is. I hope you guys have had such a good week so far. I don't know, but for some reason, maybe it's because I'm off work now until I don't go back to work until next Saturday. Um, it just feels like today is already Friday or something like that. But hey, it is what it is. Let's get into this, what it is, because it's a lot. It's enough. First of all, rest in peace to Marie Presley. She passed away, unfortunately, to cardiac arrest. If you do not know who that is, she is the daughter of, Lisa Marie Presley and Elvis Presley. You know what I'm saying? Um, if we want to really be about a lot of people, in this industry, whether it's Hollywood, whether it's music, who was out here on some pedophile type of stuff, who was out here on some statutory rape type of stuff. All right, that's one. But they don't ever want to talk about that. I don't care. Like, they really don't want to talk about that because there was a whole bunch of them back in the day that was dating a whole bunch of underage girls and getting them pregnant and marrying them and all that stuff. It was just a lie. I don't care if the times was different, baby. It was just not right. Okay. But yeah, the family, especially on his side of the family, I'm assuming, they had heart issues or whatever, because we already know he passed away from heart issues and stuff like that. Plus, he just had bad habits or whatever. But that's very unfortunate about Marie Presley, because she was literally just at the Golden Globes and then she passed away literally 2 days later. So it was unfortunate. I will never forget her. We all know, for some of the people that really don't, if you don't know, didn't know that was Elvis' daughter, you probably knew that, at one point in time, she used to be married to Michael Jackson. Okay. And then if you don't know that, girl, go listen to Janet Jackson Velvet Rope album and go to the speakerphone interlude. That is Lisa Marie on there. Then what would I been calling her? I've been calling her Marie Presley. Is her name Lisa Marie? Girl, I think it's Lisa Marie, right? Y'all know which one I'm talking about. Y'all had me sitting up in here saying the wrong name the whole time. Um, yeah, it's Lisa Marie Presley. What was her mama name? Priscilla Presley. That's what I was saying. I got it switched up. But Lisa Marie, that's the daughter. Priscilla is the wife and the mama, or I should say the mama, and Elvis is the daddy. Y'all got that correct? Yeah. Okay, get it. But mm-hmm. I was trying to see how old what's her name? Priscilla was when she got married to Elvis. when she started messing around with Elvis. Either way, she was a youngin', okay? But anyway, go to The Velvet Rope on Janet Jackson's album, The Velvet Rope. Go to a speakerphone interlude. That is Lisa Marie telling Janet, you know, girl, you need to stop for your coochie swell up and fall off. You know what I'm saying? That, every time I hear that, I be like, I cannot believe that is Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie sound like anybody else homegirl. She sound like she got a little, you know, flavor to her. No wonder why she was with Michael. I mean, it could have been other reasons. It could have been other reasons that I could think of. But, you know, I get it. I get it. She seemed like she was down for the cause or whatever, you know. And she had some issues in her life. So, you know, that probably led to the fact of what happened. But, you know, may she rest in peace. Moving on from that, girl, today is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. And yesterday was the day that the Chrisleys had to turn themselves into prison, girl. Listen, let me just say this. I don't know how much of a mind freak that has to be to know that you got caught and you're in the public light, okay? You got caught after years of not getting caught. You know what I'm saying? You got caught doing some messed up stuff, defrauding the government, defrauding all these other people, taking all this money or whatever that's going to come back on us or whatever. But, and not only that, you get caught once you reach the height of the fame that you was looking for. When you reach a certain amount of attention that you've been seeking, meaning that you put your life out there in the public and you became a public figure and you're on TV and you have a very successful show. Because let me tell you something, the one thing that I won't talk negatively about is that show. The Chrisleys, I feel like I was one of the first people that was on the Chrisleys when they first came out. I was like, y'all need to watch this because it is hilarious. And the person that was making it really funny was Todd and Nanny Faye, okay? Now, see, Todd was funny because, baby, I just couldn't figure out what he was. I said, now you're married to a woman, but you're giving me all this sassy tease of a gay man, you know? But then after like a few episodes in, I forgot all about that. And it wasn't even about his sexuality for me. You know, I didn't care about that. You know, if he said he's straight, he's straight. That ain't none of my business. I just know that he was hilarious. He was funny with it. Look, Grayson, when he was real young, oh my God, that mouth on him, he used to get them together. He used to get them together so bad, it'd make me laugh all the time. Savannah, you know, she was a clutch, okay? Mama was a ditz a little bit. She was a smart ditz, okay? And Chase just really thought he was a playboy, like he could get away with everything or whatever. You know, stuff to be just handed down to him and all that stuff. But, it was a funny show. I didn't really care too much for Julie. Like, I didn't feel either way. You know what I'm saying? Julie was just Julie. I just feel like the personality of the show and the reason why the show kind of succeeded as much as it succeeded was because of the fact that you have a big personality like Todd, and then you have the kids that are the support. Todd and Nanny Faye, you know, those two were the best characters, and then Chloe, baby Chloe. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, that's and when I found out all this, girl, I had to go back and just look at all the seasons again and just be up in here just busting out laughing because it was such a cute show, you know. And then the growing up Chrisleys with the kids, Savannah and Chase, it was cute. It was cute. You know, it ain't nothing that I rush to go see, but I will watch it. You know, I've watched most of the episodes or whatever. But you know, you got that going on, and then you get all of that success. You got people talking about you. You get endorsement deals. You getting podcasts. You getting this. You getting that. You got celebrities hitting you up. All of this stuff. And next thing you know, comes out saying that you about to get arrested and you've been charged with discount, multiple counts of just doing illegal stuff with tax evasion, filing false documents, and, you know, stealing millions of dollars. They stole like allegedly over $30 million, okay? And the only reason why I'm saying alleged is because, you know, Ty still say that he innocent. Sir, they've been looking at you, and that's the thing. People like, you know, because he got to serve 12 years in jail, prison, and his prison, which I feel is kind of messed up, but, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbled and how the judge and, you know, them wanted to do things. Ty is going to serve his sentence in Pensacola, Florida, right? And at one point, Julie was supposed to be serving her sentence in the same state. And I think her prison was supposed to be like a couple of hours or so away from his. So, you know, at least they can have the comfortability of being in the same states together. Girl, no. He down there in Florida and she had to go check in Kentucky. I said, ain't that some mess? Oh, that'll just tear me up inside. I just wouldn't know how to deal with that. Going to the court, getting found guilty, getting sentenced, okay, and then telling me that I have till this day to turn myself in. Do you know what type of, oh, girl, I be sitting there thinking like, Now, I know they got this ankle monitor on me because they were on home confinement at one point. I know they got this ankle monitor on me, but what would really happen if I didn't go and get on this flight and go down there to Florida or to Kentucky and just turn myself in and say, here I am, check me in to do my 17 and my 7, do my 12 and my 7-year sentence. Girl, I be thinking of so many ways. Somebody told me on Twitter, like, I know he just hoping for one of his homeboys or whatever to come through and just stir up a plan or whatever so that he won't have to go through it. Girl, I just don't know. With all the Botox that he be doing, his face gonna come out droopy. You know, they had to put Julie in the facility that's like a medical facility because, you know, she has breast cancer, or she's a breast cancer survivor. I don't know if it came back, but it's just for her health precaution because, you know, she's predisposed to it. You know, you got that. I believe Nanny Faye is sick, you know, the kids and all that. And it's just a lot, girl. You know, little Chloe, that's the one. I don't feel bad for the parents. I don't feel bad for Todd or Julie. And people are like, oh, that's too harsh of a sentence. You got murderers and this type of person and this type of person out here and they get less and all that. But at the same time, is it really too harsh of a sentence when you've been doing this for so many years and you've been blatantly doing it and thinking that you're not going to you're going to get away with it? And no, and I'm going to tell y'all this. Do not, because tax season is here. And speaking of, oh, Lord, I forgot to print out my W-2. Damn it, I could have did my taxes while I was over there at my mama's house. But no, girl, you have got to be careful, and I want y'all to listen. Do not play with that IRS, okay? Do not play with that IRS. If one thing to don't play with, you don't play with those 3 letters. It may seem like, oh, you getting away with it for a few years, and then that thing gonna come up and pop and bite you. It's gonna pop you in the back of the head, and it's gonna bite you on the ass when you least expect it, okay? You thinking you riding clear. Okay, you just out here living life, girl, and they pop up and be like, oh, we finna take your ass to jail because you this many hundreds of thousands of dollars in back taxes and stuff, and you did this and falsification. Girl, trust me, you don't want to play with the IRS. You really don't. And I was just like, you know what? This what they get. Because it wasn't one of those situations where, and this is why I don't feel bad about the time that they got. Because I know that they're public figures. I know that besides that, they're somewhat good people. I do like them. But again, and this goes back to, you know, Savannah keep on saying in her podcast and on her posts and stuff, saying how the system failed us. The system didn't fail you, baby. Your parents failed you. Okay, and I need you to stop saying that. That's white privilege. That's your privilege coming through and speaking, thinking that, you know, your parents should get away with the stuff that they done. It's the system out here failing a lot of people, white, black, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And people that have less than you. There are real people that are really out here suffering and who are really out here innocent, and you up here talking about the system failed your family. No, girl, they really didn't. Okay, it didn't. When the FBI comes through like this, that's just like one Young Thug. I keep telling y'all, they didn't build up the case for so long, you know, so long. So much evidence or whatever. But hey, it is what it is. I just hope they make it through. I hope they make it through. You know, that is a lot. Little Chloe gonna be in her 20s when Ty get out. And Ty loves that little girl. That's it. That's it. Anyway, moving on from that, let's talk about, since we want to talk about system failures, who was it who put whoever it was who did that sculpture out there in Boston called the Embrace for Martin Luther King Jr.? Okay, and then y'all put it on display and y'all unveiled it, I think, on Martin Luther King Jr. birthday or the holiday, which was Monday, right? Girl, I ain't never seen the internet come together so quick. Like, what the heck is this? What is this, girl? Okay, I'm sitting here like, they was like, look at this sculpture. I'm looking at the video and all that, and they was about to unveil it. So they was like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pull the shit down, and I'm sitting here like this. Is it supposed to look like that? What is it? I was so confused because I was like, okay, from that angle, I really couldn't tell what it was. From this angle, I couldn't tell what it was. They had an aerial view. I couldn't tell what it was. Literally, if you look at the aerial view, it looked like a booty hole or something. You know, it looked like a hole that was waiting for something to be inserted into it. Like I was supposed to play basketball with it. I don't know what was going on, you know. And then, you know, somebody finally put up a picture or a video of it from the angle that you're supposed to look at it at. And it's literally, you know, Martin Luther King Jr. hugging on Coretta Scott King, his wife at the time, you know, when he found out in 1964 that he had just won the Nobel Peace Prize. I was like, okay, well, let me see this picture. So I see the picture. I said, okay, that's cute or whatever. You know, iconic, legendary. And then I look at the sculpture and I said, take it back and get somebody else to do it. Take it back and get somebody else to do it. I don't know if they ain't had no that much more money for the budget, even though, you know, like one of Coretta Scott King's cousin came through. He at one point he ran for mayor, I think, up in Baltimore. Where he ran for mayor from? In Oakland, California. He spoke out and he was like, girl, this ain't it. I don't know what this is. You got people looking at it. It look like a big old penis. It looked like a sexual position. It just looked like a whole bunch of stuff that ain't it. You know, that it wasn't supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it do, because on certain angles, it really looked like somebody getting hoisted up and about to do something. Girl, I was like, I don't think that this was the intended reaction. Like, A for effort. He said, y'all spent $10 million on some bull. I said, $10 million? Maybe if y'all would have gave him, or whoever this was that did it, I don't want to put the sculpture name out there because I'm pretty sure they probably embarrassed. They probably feeling some type of way that people talking negatively about this whole situation. And it came from the bottom of their heart. And they really thought that they was doing something. Like they had a concept. And that's the thing. You can have a concept. You can have an idea of something. And you have to be able to live with the fact that not everybody's going to get it. And it's not going to always hit the mark all the time. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that this just didn't quite cut it right at that time. You know, but you can try it again. Girl, I said y'all should have gave him or her or them 20 more million so that they can finish it. I don't want to see octopus arms, okay? And then have to realize, girl, speaking of arms, my arms hurt so bad. I've been up here lifting weights again. And my triceps and my biceps, baby. I said, girl, you can't really see them through the fat, but girl, I feel it in my shoulders and everything. I said, oh, bitch, we doing something. We doing something. Okay, I just got to keep it up or whatever. I've been consistent. I've been consistent with my workout and everything. So I'm so happy about that. Because let me tell you something, child. Because listen, one of my goals is, you know, I want to get at least 20 pounds down a little bit at the end of this month, and then probably by the time when I get to SZA concert on the 22nd, I'll be a few more pounds down, because baby, I just can't wait to go see her singing hieroglyphics and everything, and I really want to see how that BBL look in real life, you know what I'm saying, because it looks great. It looks great on photos and videos or whatever. It looks great. Now, let me pause this right quick. The embrace yourself and try it again, but you know, just leave that person alone. It's okay. You thought it just didn't work, all right? But you know, we get the picture. Let me say this because it's been a couple of people that's been getting in their feelings. Two persons, which I feel like are the same people. Ariel and I think their name was Joshua, something like that. I don't know. I feel like they the same accounts, okay? Because one person, Ariel, she had this black person in her, black person in her profile picture. It was like a little anime or a cartoon or whatever, some black lady, which was cute though, but she had a nasty attitude. I said you can't have a cute picture like that of somebody or whoever it was and have such a disgusting type of attitude that you have just because a person does not talk about a person that you love so much. If that's the case, baby, y'all can get up here and y'all can get on camera and y'all can talk all day that you want on each and every video about a certain person, okay? How dare you come on here and get mad because we ain't speak about certain people? Do I have to speak about a person every darn time? No, I don't. I speak about people that I love a lot or that I'm really, really liking and admire. I speak about them a lot. But other than that, girl, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try. I hate when y'all try to dictate. Y'all can't come on here and try to dictate what people do on their channels. But Mama got up in her feelings or whatever because I didn't mention SZA, because she up here, making history, Mama #1 and everything or whatever. So I'm supposed to mention it every single time. Every single time. Girl, get out of here. Get out of here. Why? And then what made it so obvious that these two accounts probably the same because the week prior, the Ariel girl was last week on last week's What It Is, and then the week before that it was the Joshua dude or whoever it was, and the comments were literally the same. Oh, so you not gonna say nothing about SZA and about her being #1 and all this stuff and this gatekeeping and woo woo woo, and then threw Taylor Swift up in there. Girl, I don't keep up with that shit. Okay, I don't care about no Taylor Swift. All right, so I don't know what's going on with a Taylor Swift and with a SZA besides the fact that I'm still listening to SZA album. Baby, I don't have to get on here and constantly each and every video talk about this and talk about that. All you need to know is that I listened to the album, I like the girl, and I already got my ticket to the show. And baby, I got the ticket to the show when it went on pre-sale, the first one, that first day. And I got third row, okay? What you got? And I'm gonna be up in that thing drunk as shit, singing all the words. And what you gonna do? You got your ticket? I bet you don't while you sitting there talking. But you such a fan and you such a supporter. Girl, get up out of here. Anyway, I just had to throw that out there. Y'all know I had to give y'all one. I'm in a jovial mood, okay? But anyway, embrace, okay? And replace. Get up out of here. Moving on from that, Snowfall is coming back. I think, let me see. When is Snowfall? Snowfall season 6. Oh, excuse me. February 22nd too. Oh my God. So that means I'm gonna have to miss it and watch it the next day because that's the day of my concert. But anyway, season 6, the final season of Snowfall is coming on February 26th. 22nd, right? On FX. I've seen the trailer. All I know is I hope they go out with a bang. I hope I'm not disappointed. I did not like the way that the last season kind of ended, and not meaning that it was bad. I didn't like the fact that it's now gonna be a family feud. Family don't win when the family feud. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jay-Z said. We don't win when the family feud or whatever the heck it was. I don't like it. I don't like this because our people supposed to be together. We supposed to be a family hood, and this ain't no family hood right now. Okay, I don't want the cousin and aunties on this side and the uncles on this side, and then you got what's this Franklin over here with that girl? Like what? I just don't want him to die at the end. I don't want him to die at the end. And I want them to come together or whatever. It's just going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. And I'm already preparing myself for it. And Dansum Idris. Girl, him and Lori Harvey. Now, see, I heard rumors about Lori Harvey and him being together or possibly being together. a couple of months ago or so, because I think he commented or whatever on his Lori Harvey stuff or something like that, made allusions to it. They came out publicly. You know, you got to do it on social media. That means that you are official, especially when you post on IG. So they are IG official, and they've been popping up everywhere together. I said, oh, just in time for your show to come out. Okay, you better get that promo, that PR stunt type of situation. I don't know what it is about Lori Harvey, but it just seems like I want the girl to have a successful relationship, and she is a young girl, and I see absolutely nothing wrong with what she's doing. I do not like the fact that people call her a hoe, okay? Because she's doing what a lot of these other people do, or I should say men do, and yet y'all don't call them whores or whatever. And she is, when we see her out in public with somebody, that's somebody that she's actually in a relationship with. Okay, it's not just a random body or a random person that she just bang 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 boogie with. You know what I'm saying? She's in an actual relationship with. She's a serial dater, and she's young, so she's dating to try to see which one is gonna fit. Some of y'all did the same thing, and a lot of y'all that do that are judging her, which I just don't understand. Because other than that, what has she done to make y'all, talk negatively about her? If anybody y'all want to talk about, y'all should talk about her mama, Queen Pen. All right? Go look up Steve Harvey's wife, the wife that he married to right about now. And I ain't gonna say no more on that lady, but mama know how to work it. Mama know how to work it. She said, I'm gonna keep my kids fed. I said, okay. Okay, girl. All right. But yeah, they together. But I don't know. Like I don't have any ill feelings towards her. And my thing is, every time nowadays, it's just like when you see Lori, even though I just said all that, it just feels like the people that she gets into the relationships with and go public with, it kind of like feels like a PR stunt in a way. I don't know, cause for sure with Michael B. Jordan, I didn't get it. But then I was just like, you know what? Maybe it ain't for me to get, but if he seems happy, she's happy, who cares? That's how I am. If y'all happy and y'all ain't hurting each other, that's fine with me. Opposites attract or whatever. But he was older than her and all that stuff, and it just seems like I don't know. And I feel like he was the one that was falling a little bit too quick for her. That's what it was. The narrative was being put out there. Girl, I gotta wash my hair. Y'all can't see it now. I got it dim so that y'all can't see the I got dandruff. My skin flake up, my scalp flake up. I've always had this since I was a kid. I guess when you was a kid they call it crater scalp, but as you get older it's just regular dandruff. Plus I'm sensitive. I got tender head, and when I since I've been working out more these days, these past couple of weeks or whatever, my head sweat, and then I don't know, like the build up. So I gotta, girl, all of that. But yeah, y'all believe this relationship? What's the time frame you gonna get on this relationship? I don't believe it's gonna last. I will be surprised if they are still together by the time Snowfall goes off. Put that in there. Moving on from there, let me tell you something. What would you do if you was in this type of situation? So, there was a juror on Young Thug's trial, potential juror. She missed jury duty to take a trip to the Caribbean, right? And she was reprimanded by the judge, who told her, girl, so instead of giving you 20 days in jail or $1,000 fine, I'm going to go ahead and give you the option to do a 30-page paper. And the 30-page paper, what is that, APA style, it has to be on the importance of jury duty. What? And it's going to be due the day before Valentine's Day, February the 13th, okay? Girl, she said she had to travel to the Dominican Republic on a business trip after trying to notify the court of her travel plans ahead of time. But she didn't show up for the court on that Monday, and so the judge just said, listen, they sent the sheriff deputies out to her house and her grandmama's house, and it had that lady come to court and to tell her, listen, I'm going to be nice. This him being nice, okay? Because I could throw you in jail for 20 days. and give you a fine of $1,000 just because you missed a day at court or whatever. Baby, let me tell you something. Give me the fine. Now, if it was 3 options, because I don't know if she had to do up to 20 days in prison plus pay the fine, or if it was either do up to 20 days in prison, or you had to pay $1,000. Girl, I paid $1,000 fine because I am not about to. Here, I'll give you that right here. You got your cash out? You'll give it back. But there you go, right there. Okay? Because Ashley is not about to sit here and write no 30-page essay. The last time the last time I had to write a 30-page essay, I was in high school in my biology class, right? And the pages included pictures and footnotes and all of that. So that's why it didn't seem like that much. And it was on a topic that I knew about. I wrote about the situation, a deformity that I had when I was born. I was born with ptosis of the eye. That means I had no muscle up in one of my eyelids, you know, and I had to talk about that. So I've been through that. I can give you a whole freaking book about the thing. You know what I'm saying? But to sit here and to have 3 weeks or so or whatever, you know, over a month to get together and write a 30-page essay about the importance of the jury system and why you shouldn't take advantage of. What? I'll be like, do the font matter? I be typing in 16 font, bitch. 16.5. Oh, that's too big. No, we're doing 16.5 times New Roman. Okay, that's what we do. Or I give you Arial Black. That's what we'll do. Okay, cause girl, 30-page, and then it's gonna be double spaced. Okay, make that 2.5 space. Girl, I find a way. Do you want footnotes? Do you want annotate? What is it? Annotative. That ain't the word, but y'all know what I'm saying. Do you want a bibliography? You want references and stuff like that? Do you want a table of contents? Do you want a foreword or whatever? And that could be included in the 30 pages. Because, baby, I could knock off 10 pages right there. Girl. I said, sir, we are not in college no more. Most of us ain't been in college in the past 5 years, okay? Half of us then forgot about what an AP style, APA style, and MLA. Baby, we used MLA. Okay, so what is APA? Let me look that up for y'all. Y'all know I'm always looking up stuff on here. That's what y'all be looking at. What is APA? That ain't even how you spell it. It's APA. Writing. APA style is documents, you know, what? Commonly used for citing sources within the field of behavior and social science, including sociology, education, health and science, criminal justice. Well, it used 12.5 times New Romans. Yeah, a heading. Girl, I forgot all about that. Baby, I used to couldn't stand writing papers. But then again, I couldn't stand writing papers because it'd take up my time. That's what it was. Like, why are we writing stuff about this? But then once I get started, baby, I knock that thing out in probably less than a day. Especially once I get all my material. The part about writing papers that bothered me was the fact that you had to go gather all of the information. You had to go gather a primary source, a secondary source, get this source from this and get this source from that, and make sure you quote this and make sure you quote that. Oh yeah, and the judge said he gonna put that thing in Turner.com. Y'all remember what that was? Is it Turner.com or whatever? Which one? Which is the site that that they had? Turnitin.com. Yeah, so they can check and see if you plagiarize. I said, oh my God. He is tripping. I said, no, sir. We ain't got time for this because I do a whole bunch of the whole paper would be copy and paste in one big old reference, okay? The whole paper would have a freaking quotation right here and a quotation at the very end. That whole paper, I got that from the whole book, and that's where I got it from. Take it or leave it. You ain't say nothing else, okay? You got to be specific, you know. But anyway, I thought that was funny and interesting. Anyway, moving on from that, some of y'all be like, girl, I suck it up. I'm pretty sure when it comes down to it, we do a lot of stuff that we say we wouldn't do. At the moment, I wouldn't do that. Girl, nah, okay? Because I forget about it and try to do it in the day before. Because if my mind ain't been on it, my mind ain't going to be on it, okay? Just when we thought we heard the last of this person for a while, he pops back up. And apparently he's married. Kanye West. Kanye West has popped back up with some lady that used to work, what's her name, Bianca or something like that. You know, she looked like another Kim Kardashian clone in a sense. I don't know, he got a type now. And I just would not be with somebody who cannot get over their ex. And you can tell when a person can't get over their ex, and you can't just say, oh, it's a preference. It's a preference is what they like. It's a preference that you like all of your spouses or mates after your previous ex, all of them look like the one that got away, the one that you messed up on. Okay. Because it's like the second or third one that looks like Kim or somewhat in that vicinity of Kim, you know. And I'm just like, I just wouldn't want to do that. I just wouldn't want to do that. So now you're married. You went through all of this stuff, clowning her, trying to get your marriage back. I want my family back and all this stuff. And then they said you was missing after you just, and now you pop up with this lady. Girl, all right, Kanye. I just want to put that out there. Moving on from that, it's all stunts and shows. So they say Phaedra Park's supposed to be in the talks of, you know, signing on to Married to Medicine. Season 10. Is it season 10 or season 11? Season 10, I believe. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, season 10. I'm gonna be 100% honest, okay? I know people love Phaedra. Phaedra didn't do nothing to me. I could take Phaedra or leave Phaedra. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, oh my God, we need to have Phaedra back on the show. We need to bring her back. Well, and it's la 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 la. She is the best and all that stuff. I'm not that, okay? Actually, I'm not that with none of these girls. You know what I'm saying? So I could really take or leave. But at the same time, I just don't understand her coming to Married to Medicine. I know and I get that she probably have a relation. They did say she's cool with most of the girls. She's cool with Heavenly. She's cool with Simone. All of that. Okay, fine. You know, allegedly she's dating this man who's a doctor. They've been dating for like a year. So therefore now because you're in this relationship with this man, you come over to Married to Medicine because allegedly what they're saying is that, you know, they were going to have her. She was in talks to coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, but they couldn't meet her pay grade, but Married to Medicine did. But how is it that they couldn't meet what she was trying to get on Real Housewives? And not married and Married to Medicine can do it, but ain't they run by the same freaking company or whatever? I don't know how that, maybe I got that wrong, but it just seems weird. It's the same network, same company, I believe. Could be not the same company, but I just know Andy hosts both of the reunions, so he signed both of y'all checks. So I'm just a little bit confused about that, but that explanation didn't make sense. And now you finna come on the show with this man that you only been dating for a year or so or whatever, when you can potentially still break up. I feel like when you only been dating a year or, you know, even two, that's still a fresh relationship. You know, anything could still go wrong and still kind of shaky. Y'all still trying to get y'all footings on actually knowing each other and creating a foundation that may be unbreakable. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want to shake the boat and rock that thing by putting it on reality TV. You saw how that happened with your own relationship. With your previous marriage with Apollo, you know, because y'all was out there scamming and stuff, and he the only one that got caught. Okay. Went to jail for it. Y'all got divorced. Y'all had two beautiful boys or whatever. Y'all know Apollo done got married again to that lady, right? And then gonna tell it to TMZ like we was supposed to care that he secretly got married in October. Girl, nobody got. We didn't ask. Well, we didn't ask, baby. We didn't even know that you were still with that lady, okay? Congratulations, but next, I mean, the boys didn't go to the wedding. Phaedra didn't go. I wouldn't expect Phaedra to go, but why the kids wasn't there? Questions that need answered. But, I don't know. Like, I feel like people hype up Phaedra. People hype Phaedra up. And to me, she cool or whatever, but she's not all that, you know, that people hype her up to be like, oh, she can read this, she can read that. She decent. And I've come to the conclusion, as much as I love that read that she did to Kenya, because it was just so, wait a minute, girl. When I first saw it, I'm old enough to realize now that, yeah, she probably rehearsed that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it's still one of my favorite things that she did. I am not gonna lie, because I was sitting there like, girl, you hurt my soul. But I don't know. Like, she was on the Real Housewife Girls Ultimate Girls Trip 4 or 2. I think it was 2. When they was over there at Dorinda's house, you know what I'm saying? And she barely gave anything. At one point, I forgot that she was even on the show. I literally forgot that she was on the show. I was like, what is she there for? All she gave us was wigs and body. That's it. You know, she looked good. I ain't gonna lie. That's just all I remember about it. She didn't stir the pot. She didn't, you know, say anything outstanding or memorable, I should say. She didn't do none of that. So I was just like, I don't know. Because they even asked her, about the reason her time on Real Housewives, and she didn't really open up as to why she got let go, whatever. And I'm sitting here like, well, you barely open up about certain stuff, so are you gonna open up on this show? I don't know. Y'all have to remember, Phaedra came onto Real Housewives of Atlanta line. That's why I couldn't say I didn't like her, because I was drawn to her then at that particular moment, because I was like, girl, what? How many months are you? They gonna go ahead and take the baby out. And they was like, can they do that? She was like, yeah, if the baby fully developed, you know, his lungs fully developed. I said, she was dead as land. She was, oh, y'all gotta go on Hulu or Peacock and just go ahead and go ahead and watch the Real Housewives earlier season, because that is a classic stuff. Everybody gave. And speaking about Real Housewives, how is Tanya Sams doing? Girl, Tanya had that scandal with Bolo. Is she still with her man? Meanwhile, Bolo out here on All the Queen's Men fucking it up on there, okay? And Tanya Sams then ran back to Canada, okay? But hey, we ain't heard from her since. Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. Moving on from there, I don't know if y'all seen this whole situation, especially if you're on Twitter. It all went down on Twitter probably last week, and when I tell you, I ain't never seen somebody get this you so hard and for so long. There was this video that popped up on my timeline, and it was this black guy. He goes by the name of Chef Way, and he was cooking like some oxtail pasta. And, you know, he was doing the narration, and he got himself up in the video and all that. And I was like, okay, that looked different. You know, I ain't never had oxtail, so I can't put it down. You know, then you throw a little bit of noodles up in there. I was like, oh, you know, it's like some, beef stroganoff? That's what it looked like. I said, maybe tasty. I don't know. And that's all that I thought about it, right? Until later that day, somebody, quote, retweeted that about him and said, ain't this the dude that was up on here talking mad mess about black women, just being mad disrespectful about black women, especially dark-skinned women? And I said, hold up. You know, people got passed, okay? But I did not realize until all these women start coming out and saying, yes, and here are the tweets. He said this about me. I was this age, and he made me feel bad about myself. One girl was a teen. Gonna tell her that she looked better if she was the lighter person, you know, complexion that was in the picture with her. I said, you do not tell a young girl that is still growing up and going through puberty, going through peer pressure, whatever, and she already getting judged for this and judged for that, and you gonna tell her, a grown man, that, you know, she looked better if she was light-skinned. Baby, when I tell you, it was tweets after tweets after tweets, and what happened was, he was tweeting all this disgusting stuff about black women. How dark-skinned women are this, and dark-skinned women ain't that, and this and this and this, and ain't cup of tea or whatever. And he did it on another account that is now deleted, been deleted. And so he left for a minute, and then he came back on this new account, Chef Way, okay? Girl, he did all of that for his whole past to come back. People had screenshots upon screenshots upon screenshots of a whole bunch of nasty stuff. Like, it was just like, what was wrong with you for you to be talking so nasty about this? Even to the point where his mama had to come through and say, I don't know who this person is because I did not raise him like that. I said, oh, wow. Oh, wow. So he's also, an attorney. And they're trying to figure out what course of actions to do with him because, it's like, do we review his cases, especially the cases that have, black women on there, and see if he judged them harshly because he was being prejudiced to them. He was being, discriminatory to them because of their skin color, or just because he's, disgusting towards black people, black women especially, you know what I'm saying? And, some people were like, he should be stripped of his, title or whatever. He shouldn't be able to practice. But then some people like, when people make a mistake and they should just be able to pay for that mistake and get another chance. But it was just too much. It was just too much. I was like, how do you have that much hate in your heart? And then want to come back now that we're in this black girl magic type of situation. And, we see that there are a lot more people coming up for black women when you're talking disparagingly about them and their skin tone and all that stuff. And they're protecting them in that sense, saying, you can't be doing that stuff, calling people out. And now you want to rebrand yourself as if people didn't know who you are. What you should have did is you never should have put your face in them videos, boo-boo. That's what you probably would have got away with it. But you put your whole body up in the video and people knew who you was right off the back. And then they remember your voice too. I said, oh, baby, you done messed yourself up. And then, of course, he put out a tweet trying to say, that he apologized. He was going through some stuff. He was not that person who he was a few years ago and all that. It's always they was going through some stuff. They wasn't this, then that. Girl, whatever. And that's when, and you want to know why I'm pretty sure he only said that? Because he was losing sponsors. Let that be a lesson, y'all. When they say be careful what you tweet on Twitter and what you put out there on the internet, just because you may delete it, somebody done already screenshot it. Because it's a few people I didn't screenshot. So y'all want to act up, I'ma dish you in a minute. Remember when you said this? Ooh, I be sitting there so mad sometimes when the tweet something, and then I said, oh, bitch, take that off. We think that, we don't type it out, okay? We ain't got to put it all out there like that, because I ain't trying to be dish you. Oh, no, it's not me. That was my twin. I don't know her. She don't live over here no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't know her. But anyway, moving on from that. Abbott Elementary got renewed for season 3. Thank you. They need to just go ahead and renew it all the way up to season 5. Okay, just go ahead and get an automatic renewal for up to season 5 at the least. Okay, at the least. That's what they could do. Congratulations to Cheryl Lee Ralph and the cast of Abbott Elementary. They keep on winning all these awards. Critics' Choice Award, Golden Globe Award. I'm so happy for them. Also, Angela Bassett, too, for Wakanda Forever. She the main girl that's up here getting all the awards for the Wakanda. I said, all right. Angela is getting her just due, okay? It's a shame that it took to Wakanda whatever, like a Marvel movie, but she played her part and it was black, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. Oh, I can't wait till they come out on DVD or streaming, because, girl, I'm about to download it, because that's what I did when Black Panther came out. I brought the DVD and I downloaded that on all my devices or whatever, so I double brought it. I'm just one of those people, like, if I like something, I'm gonna really go out for it, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm happy for Miss Angela. Moving on from that, 50 Cent apologized to Megan. Baby, hell froze over, but we really don't need to go up for it a little bit. I don't even know if I mentioned this last week or in whatever, but he did apologize to her. He was on somebody radio show. I think it was Big Boy radio show. And, he addressed the post that he put up, when she was somebody superimposed her face over Morris Chestnut face in Boys in the Hood when he was running, and they was like, Ricky, you know, in the Jussie Smollett situation. Because he was like, just, and this how stupid, and a lot of y'all was the same way. So I'm talking to y'all too. And I'm really kind of tired of talking about this case, but you know, it was news because we ain't never really heard 50 Cent apologize or take something back from what he said. And I don't know who sat down and spoke to him, but he did, because he was like, you know, what happened was, so she went up there and she did that Gayle King interview, and she got up there and she was lying about you know, she lied about having sex with or being with Tory or whatever, and was like, you know, I'm looking at it, I'm like, nah, she lying, and I'm sitting here like, so, and that's what caught up everybody. So just because a person lies about a person who they had sex with does not mean that they're lying about being injured by this person. So you equate her lying about having a sexual relationship of any kind with this person, a consensual sexual relationship of any kind with this person. So that automatically meant that she was lying about this whole situation. That don't make sense. Those two, it's apples and freaking oranges, okay? I can sit here and lie and say I did this and did that and that. And then I can say, oh, well, this person did this to me and it's recorded and all this stuff. And you still can say, well, I don't believe you because you did this and you lied about doing this and this and this. Like, no, that don't make sense. But he said when he heard the jail call from Tory, he was like, oh, okay, well, Megan was telling the truth. And not even the fact that he was found guilty on all. I said, oh, okay. Meanwhile, Tory Daddy and that invisible hairline, I don't know what that is, that mop and glow head that he got. Who did that? Who sprayed? You want to know what it looked like? It literally looked like somebody took a stencil paper and put it on his head and sprayed just a little bit and then put protective covering on it so it won't come off when he lay down. You know what I'm saying? Because it was shiny the hair. It waxed up. But he was talking about some... we been forgave Megan. Tory forgives Megan. I said, forgive her for what? Forgive her for what? She didn't bring the charges up against him. She didn't press charges against him. She told her side of the story, and she didn't hurt herself. Your son did all that. So what does she need to be forgiven for? Exactly. Moving on from that. That whole family delusional. Tennis star Naomi Osaka came out and said that mama is with child. She is with child. Now, I know she was having some issues mental health wise, you know, dealing with a lot during her, the last time we seen her playing tennis, which probably was last year, maybe the year before. I don't know. I can't remember. But mama went away for a minute and mama popped back up and said, I'm pregnant. I said, oh. And Corday is the daddy. Now, I seen something back in like a little while ago that said that they had broke up. And I was like, oh, so they got back together. Somebody said whoever put that out there was lying because they never broke up. I said, oh. I mean, at least they still together. I like them together. They cute together or whatever to me. You know, but hey, congratulations, I guess. Oh, I was laughing at, don't get it twisted. I was laughing at something that somebody just sent me. Anyway, moving on from that, we got Sherri Shepherd. Her show got renewed for another 2 seasons. And let me just get on something right quick, because since we're talking about Sherri Shepherd, I've never seen her show. Jennifer Hudgens' show got renewed for another season as well, for a season 2. I've never looked at her show either. 9 out of 10, I won't. Unless Beyonce show up, or I seen a clip of Sherri when Janet showed up. So that was the only time that I didn't even really watch the whole show. I just watched the clip of Janet on that. But, you know, unless somebody like that or Tony show up, I'm not a talk show type of girl, you know. But let's just, you know, congratulations to them for getting their shows renewed. That's good luck. Because I just didn't think that it was going to happen, but that's a good luck. But what I want to talk about is Stephen A. Smith being on Sherri Shepherd's show recently. And the clip just came out. I just saw it earlier today. And he was talking about, well, I guess he was asked about the Super Bowl. Because y'all know he talks about sports and stuff like that, especially football. And so, because the Super Bowl is coming up next month, and we got all this going on, this hype. We know that Rihanna is doing a halftime show. Rihanna is releasing merch. Rihanna is releasing teasers and all this stuff. Girl, it ain't nothing. Okay, Mama is releasing a whole bunch of stuff and stuff in music. The girls really like to piss me off. I be taking that stuff so personally, like, oh my God, why are you doing this? Now, they said that you are going to be doing the Super Bowl. Last year they told us this, and you have yet to even try to make it seem like you was going to make some new music or whatever. Lift me up. That stuff for Black Panther, it was cute for that day. Okay? Did y'all see that 8-year-old little girl that was singing that song like somebody hurt her spirit? I said, what? What? Okay, it was real cute. I felt I was about to start crying scared. I said, oh, who hurt you, mama? But anyway, you ain't give us no inclination as if any music coming. And I'm talking about a whole album. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to be really mad if by the time the Super Bowl get here and as soon as she pop up off that stage, we don't see a commercial. We don't see a commercial or we don't hear album out now or a single out now. Go ahead and download it off of iTunes and all that stuff. I'm gonna be really pissed. I'm gonna be really pissed because girl, you had time. You had time. Granted, I know you a new mother, okay? I know that. But you taking time out of your mothering to go ahead and practice for this Super Bowl, right? All these times before you was a mother, you could have been up in there doing the album or whatever, putting some stuff together, girl. We'll take it, okay? You're and then Beyonce over there in Dubai playing around with them. I mean, I granted, she getting paid big bucks, millions to do a little private concert or whatever. That's cute. That's cute. And or, On the Run, the first one that the concert that they had put out on HBO. Peacock got it now. That's cute. I don't know who Parkwood got the rights to it now and said go ahead and put it out on Peacock and let the people look at it. That's from 2014. I went to it twice. Okay, I get it. I want something new, meaning that I'm ready for a new concert. That's fine with new visuals. Bitch, where's the visuals? It is about to be the middle. No, it is not the middle. It literally is the middle. What today is? It is the 18th of January. Renaissance came out July 29th, 2022. Where are the visuals? Girl, if you're not going to release it, just say that. Say, girl, I got tied up. I got in over my head. I thought I was, and it just ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen, girl. I'm sorry for getting your hopes up. And you know what? I understand it. Like, you a mother of 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got businesses, and you got a husband to take care of. Because he getting older. I'm pretty sure you be icing down his knees every night, and he don't really be doing shit. He just be sitting behind his desk. You know what I'm saying? You put that Bengay on, and it hit the spot, and put him to sleep, While you be playing up in the studio doing whatever. I get it. Just tell us something. The Grammys shouldn't come around and we still... You got to tell the Grammys. When is the Grammys? Hold on. I be putting threats out to her all the time, and I feel like that's why I be in the predicament that I am. And take that as you will. When is it? February the 5th. You got another couple of weeks. And we ain't got no visuals by then, baby. You better be like, you win your first Grammy Award that night, you better announce and say, head over to iTunes and go ahead, or head over to Tidal, or go to HBO or whatever. I don't care. Baby, you better release it, okay? Because you playing games. I don't understand what's going on. Like, I love you and all that, but that's just not right. And you want to know what's else not right? Let me, Burge, take a U-turn right back to where I was trying to get to. Now, let me tell you this. I love me some Rihanna, too. And I love the fact that she is out here performing at the Super Bowl. And you got this grown man, Stephen A. Smith, who gonna get on that sit his ass on that couch and tell Sherry, yeah, Rihanna, she's talented, she's spectacular, she's this, she's that. But I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl, but I just want to let you know that she ain't Beyonce. Ain't nobody else Beyonce, because Beyonce's Beyonce. I mean, Beyonce been at the Super Bowl before and all this stuff. Why you do that? I don't like when y'all do that. Beyonce and Rihanna, they're cool, okay? I hate when y'all compare artists that ain't got no issue with each other. And in general, I hate when y'all compare artists anyway. Because why? Why? You're a grown man. You are a grown man, and you gonna come up here and say that she ain't no Beyonce. Well, shit, no shit, Sherlock. Nobody's Beyonce but Beyonce. She's Rihanna, and that's good enough. That's great. It ain't good enough. That's great. Okay? She stands in her stuff. She's doing her thing just like Beyonce doing her thing. Why do we have to bring Beyonce up every time we talk about Rihanna? Let Rihanna stand in her own stuff. Let her have her own spotlight as she deserves. She's put in time this whole industry all these years or whatever. She deserves for her name to be brought up without y'all comparing her to Beyonce. Or throwing these Stan Wars up in, because I be seeing it on Twitter. Y'all still doing that stuff, and it's ridiculous at this point. It is ridiculous. I said that was so distasteful. That was so distasteful. That was such a bitch move, to be honest. Moving on from that, Amy Robach and TJ Holmes, I need y'all to leave us alone. I need y'all to leave us alone. And GMA 3. I said 3. GMA 3, if y'all gonna fire him, okay? Because we tired of the speculations. We tired of the, oh, we getting our lawyers together just in case and we gonna do a civil rights suit. I said civil rights? What, Amy, you feel like you getting fired? If you get fired, you getting fired because you was a woman in the workplace? Or, TJ, you getting fired because you black? No, TJ, you was up here banging everybody up in there, whatever. Truth be told, I don't feel like they need to be fired, but they're a distraction. But then again, it's like, how do you go about after you just became this public scandal for whatever reason? And I don't even, especially if it's not a policy, if there's not a policy in place saying that you cannot have sex or a relationship with any of your coworkers, then what's the issue? Okay, it's more so of a moral issue on their part because they're not really divorced yet. He just filed for divorce, and you got kids that are affected by this. And the way that all of this came out was just so sloppy and so messy for the personal side of things. And I'm talking about for his wife, for his kids that now see it and they're affected by it. But other than that, why are we going through all this? What is there to investigate? They fucking, that's it. And then I seen something talking about they thinking about getting married to really prove to people or whatever, to them at GMAs or whatever, that they really together and serious about this relationship. Don't do that. Don't do that, because as soon as y'all do, let's say y'all go ahead and get married right now, y'all gonna be divorced before summertime. Y'all gonna be getting annulment before summertime. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. That's the quickest way for y'all to break up. Anyway, moving on from that, congratulations to Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. They just had their rainbow baby. And that's all I got. Moving on from that, somebody said, Cal, they wanted to see her on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I just cannot see Chrissy Teigen. Honestly, I'm just going to be honest. I don't get the fascination with Chrissy Teigen. I don't. Never have. Never have. But hey, congratulations again on your baby. That's a lot, and that's a beautiful thing after going through what she went through, what a lot of women go through as well. So congratulations. I'm gonna need Marvin Gaye III to get his life together, because every time we talk about him, he's getting arrested for something. This time he's getting arrested for domestic abuse, for trying to fight his wife and his cousin. Girl, sir, get yourself together, okay? Get yourself together. And Smokey Robinson. Why is Smokey Robinson out here telling people that, stuff that we already knew? Because I believe that Diana Ross, the boss, because that's her name, Diana Ross, y'all don't know. I believe she already put it out there that she was in a relationship with him. Okay. And Smokey said, I mean, yeah, we was together, whatever, and it lasted a little bit longer than it needed to because I was married at the time. I said, sir. I said, oh my goodness, like, we didn't need to know that. We didn't need to know that. Like, we could have known. Okay, it's not like, it's not really shocking. It's just like, why are we bringing this up? Why is we bringing this up? This is old, stale tea. Okay, and then I had tweeted that. I said, no, he is not up here telling us that he was fucking around with Diana Ross. Girl, the people in my comments on Twitter, they was like, yeah, because you know Diana was known for this and known for that and spreading it and being spread all across Detroit. I said, y'all ain't have to say all of that. Mind you, I already know. I mean, she got a baby by Barry Gordon, so come on. She got a child by Barry Gordon, so there's that. But my whole thing is, what is he about to release that he is on Vlad TV, home of Boosie? Okay, like what? I just didn't understand that. Y'all know, I don't trust Vlad at all. So why was he on there? I just didn't understand it. Meanwhile, speaking of Boosie, you know his daughter popped out with her little girlfriend, and people like it's so crazy how he got a gay daughter and he be all this homophobic or whatever. He's homophobic towards gay men. That's the difference, okay? I'm gonna tell you something. And that's why I feel sorry for gay men, especially gay black men, because it's more tolerable to be a lesbian woman than it is to be a gay man, let alone a gay black man. Oh, they'll hate you for being a gay black man for whatever reason, and I just don't understand. You can't get me to understand. No, don't say oh the biblical stuff or whatever. That ain't got nothing to do with it. What I do with this person that's consensual and that I love or whatever ain't got nothing to do with what you do with the person that you with. I'm not telling you what to be with or who to be with or whatever or what to call yourself. But yet you got a problem with how I live my life, but yet I'm not judging how you live your life. So that's really, really crazy to me. But again, it's so much easier, even though we get discriminated against, but when it compares to gay men and it compares to lesbians, we get a little bit easier. Gay men get it so much worse. And that's just the reason, that's just it. That's the reason why he's, as long as, if it was his son, I'm pretty sure he'll be saying a whole bunch of mess. He wouldn't be so accepting. I'm just letting you know that right now. Moving on from there, there was this talk about, I seen the little video clip of Stephanie, who is PNB Rock's girlfriend, the mother of his child, and unfortunately last year he was gunned down in I was about to say Harold Washington. Harold's Chicken and waffles. There you go. He was gunned down while he was eating with his girlfriend, and she was just saying how, he didn't have a will, he didn't have life insurance or anything like that. So her and her daughter gets nothing, no savings and all of that. And people, I don't know, she was just like, she's not going to ask for, she's that type of person that's not going to ask for help or anything like that. And I get it to a certain extent. It was like, they're so young, they didn't plan for death to happen so quickly, and we got to get out of that mind frame that, oh, we're young, so we could just live free and we ain't got to worry about stuff. No, go ahead and get that life insurance together. If anything, go get your life insurance together, okay? So that, your family won't have to deal with a whole bunch of stuff and be struggling. And you won't have to put up GoFundMes to help pay for your funeral if something happened or whatever. But I get what she was saying. Like, they were young in love and they just didn't plan to go get, life insurance at the moment. That wasn't the thought pattern, or to make a will because they thought he was going to be there. They probably thought that they would have time to do something like that, but it just came too quick. And her situation is not too different from a lot of people's situations, and it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I really hope that she's mentally okay. I do. The University of Alabama, I believe, men's basketball player Darius Miles, he was among a few that was charged with capital murder. Mind you, he's 23 years old. Well, no, capital murder of a 23-year-old woman. What was her name? Jamia Harris. She was shot and killed around 1:43 in the morning on Monday. I'm seeing two different things that was happening that they said was the cause of this. One, I saw where they were saying that it was a shootout between two different cars. And so he was shooting and, like in retaliation, and then one of his bullets or whatever shot in the car. And then I'm also hearing that, he deliberately shot her because basically she rejected him. Typical, like, I just don't understand. The male ego is so fragile, and y'all hate when we say stuff like that. Y'all hate when we bring it up, but then it's so many cases and so many situations where women are talking about, just simply minding their business, and men getting in their feelings because this woman won't say hello to me. This woman won't give me her phone number. This woman won't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And so, or this woman breaks up with me. So now I can't handle the fact that oh no, not this bitch gonna break up with me. I'm a man. You can't break up with me. I'm gonna break up with you. And even if I break up with you, you ain't gonna be with nobody else. I wish you would get with somebody else. Y'all got that thought process going. And so therefore, that's why you hearing, women being attacked, women being assaulted, women being killed. Because your egos and your masculinity is so toxic and freaking fragile. It's just, y'all need help. Y'all need help, okay? That's what y'all need. I pray for that girl and her family. That's messed up. Whatever the circumstances were. Y'all want to know something else? On a lighter note, congratulations to Anika Noni Rose and Jarek Durden. What's his name? Jason Durden. Baby, first of all, I did not even know that was his name, okay? I know him as Basie Skanks off of Greenleaf, and he been on the last season of Raising Kanan, who played Raquel. Raquel helped get his friend out of jail only for him to play her and not team up with her, talking about something he finna go independent himself. Took the deal from the Colombians from right underneath her nose, okay? I said, ain't that about some beach? But they got married. They got married, girl. We didn't even know that they was together. They said they first met in 2014 when they were both casted on the Broadway production of A Raisin in the Sun. They was, being friends. They started talking for a minute. Then they kind of like went their separate ways, but then they came back after a while, and they've been dating on the low and together, boyfriend, girlfriend, kissing in a tree, for a minute. And then they got married. I said, oh, that is so cute. It's so nice. Congratulations to the happy couple. Anyway, Flo Rida, he just won a case literally today against Celsius. What is it called? It's a company called Celsius. I think it's like a water company or like an energy company or whatever. Either way, he won $82 million in damages, okay? After, it was concluded that that company owed him money after breaching an endorsement contract. It was an energy drink company. He signed and he helped launch the company back in 2014. And the company expired, his contract with the company expired after the company reached their sale goal. And basically, they was trying to play him. They was concealing information about the breach to him. They owe him a whole bunch of shares. He was entitled to 500,000 shares of the stock and entitled to 250,000 shares of the stock if certain things happen. One of those be a certain number of the units of the products needed to be sold, but unfortunately the contract didn't specify which type of unit, okay? Is it a box? Is it a drink or whatever? All I know is y'all gotta stop playing these people, okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all this, when y'all get rich and famous, and y'all get into these endorsement deals, make sure y'all got a good ass lawyer that can look at the contracts or whatever, and make sure you keep up with your own stuff as well, so that you can know exactly what it is that you are getting into, so that these companies cannot try to play you, because they will. I be hearing too many stories even now about these influencers who will be signing up or getting stuck in contracts or whatever with these companies that's literally trying to pay them pennies for nothing, okay, and trying to, you know, just take their ideas and not pay them for it or whatever. Make sure y'all got good lawyers on deck, okay, and make sure y'all just keep up. That man won $82 million. Truth be told, prior to this, girl, I had forgot all about Flo Rida. Flo Rida came out with the apple bottom jeans, boots with the furs. Came out with that. I hope I'm singing that right, because y'all good for telling me that that ain't the right song. I was talking about, you know, Eminem doing 8 Mile, or I should say 50 Cent doing 8 Mile last week. And then I brought up 3 6 Mafia, who won the Oscar for Hard Out There for a Pimp, which was on Hustle and Flow. I feel like y'all got it misconstrued that I was talking about, you know, Eminem, but then I put Hustle and Flow up in there. No, I was talking about 3 6 Mafia making history and actually winning. Okay. Yeah, now, man, what they won for? Let me see. How you spell it? How you spell it? Oh my God, Oscar song. Yeah, I was right. You know it's hard out here for a pimp. You know, yeah. You know, yeah. Damn, I was right, bitch. Y'all had me thinking that I was wrong. No, I was talking about the fact that they made history. Cause listen, cause they was niggified. They got on that stage, niggified. Okay, yeah, we know Eminem won for 8 Mile, but the song they Lose Control, Lose Yourself, girl, yeah, I think he did. Don't get me quoting stuff, because y'all will correct me in a second. But yeah, baby, I ain't know about Flo Rida in 2022, 2020, 19, 21, or 23. Baby, I didn't know he was still around. He came out kind of like he was going to be on, you know, the urban side. Then he crossed over real quick over there to the he did a Pitbull. He did a Pitbull. Y'all go back and listen to Pitbull, a couple of albums, and I don't think it was like to the third album where he crossed over and went mainstream, and he just went. I just really couldn't listen to him after that. I mean, I know you have to evolve or whatever, but you know, it just wasn't the Chico that I was used to. You know what I'm saying? He started wearing suits and stuff, and I was like, "You look good in your suit or whatever, sir." But I don't want suit and tie music. I want cap to the back, maybe tilted to the side or whatever. Cut in your eyebrow, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some Air Force Ones, some dunks on or whatever. Maybe your jeans sag just slightly bit or whatever. I want that type of music, you know? Such a bird. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Enjoy the rest of y'all week. This will be the last time y'all see me if you ain't gonna watch Sisters tonight, because I'll put the Sisters review up later on tonight. What time is it? Oh, I got some time. I might take a little nap. If this is my last time seeing you until next week, have a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week. I hope your work day goes well. I hope your school day goes well. I hope you have fun with your family. I just wish you a beautiful, joyous time. I really do. I just want everybody to be happy. Love on everybody, okay? Love on top, bitch, because she ain't doing shit. Anyway, she gonna get hit every time. Every time. And that's why I'm in the place that I am. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Peace.